The world is filled with millions of species of animals.
Some of them are quite harmless, quietly living their lives.
While some of them are just downright dangerous and sometimes very aggressive.
Make sure you stay tuned and stay away from number 1.
The number of fatalities these animals cause is simply staggering.
Number 10.
Okay, so technically you can't run away from this thing, but hey, you could swim pretty fast, I suppose. Okay, so technically you can't run away from this thing, but hey, you could swim pretty fast, I suppose. Okay, so technically you can't run away from this thing, but hey, you could swim pretty fast, I suppose.
It's up to you, really.
We're not talking about an individual species of shark here, though. Movies and media are often spreading the picture of sharks as being ferocious killers. But it's quite exaggerated, and many shark species are harmless to humans. Except for some like the tiger shark.
Whereas most arise from a misunderstanding that a surfer looks similar to seals. Whereas most arise from a misunderstanding that a surfer looks similar to seals. Whereas most arise from a misunderstanding that a surfer looks similar to seals.
However, only 10 out of these attacks result in the death of the victim.
With that said, of course, sharks, especially the great white and bull sharks and tiger sharks, are incredibly powerful predators.
That should always be respected. I'll give you a guess who does see you as food.
So if you're scared of sharks, don't think of them as monsters killing thousands of people each year.
Because that is simply not true.
Although that really shouldn't encourage you to go and pet one.
Ants.
It's quite counterintuitive to think that ants are more dangerous animals than sharks.
But the fact is that they are. In fact, ants are about 3 times as deadly as sharks. Where sharks cause the average of 10 fatalities yearly, ants cause about 30 every year.
One particular species to take note of is the bulldog ant.
This red, angry-looking variety of ant is one of the largest and most aggressive species of ants on the planet.
They have large mandibles and venomous stings that in human can cause intense pain.
They're so aggressive that whenever this ant is cut in half, the head and tail will actually fight and try to kill each other. They're so aggressive that whenever this ant is cut in half, the head and tail will actually fight and try to kill each other.
They're so aggressive that whenever this ant is cut in half, the head and tail will actually fight and try to kill each other. I suppose that gives new meaning to the "I'll kick anyone's butt, even my own."
Another ant worth mentioning is the bullet ant.
They are known to have one of the most painful stings.
It's found in South America and is also known as the 24-hour ant.
Because of the pain you feel for up to 24 hours after being stung.
Some victims even describe being stung by this ant as painful as being shot with a bullet, hence the name.
Bees and wasps.
Next number. Number 7.
What?
Fine.
In truth, bees and wasps should have landed higher on our list of the most dangerous animals in the world.
In the US alone, 50 people per year succumb to bee and wasp attacks. In the US alone, 50 people per year succumb to bee and wasp attacks.
In the US alone, 50 people per year succumb to bee and wasp attacks.
For all we know, that number could balloon to 500 if we include worldwide attacks. Case in point is the Japanese giant hornet.
The venom of Japanese hornets would cause an allergic reaction and dissolve tissues within the shortest time.
The repeated stinging from the group of hornets could also result in a very, very painful death.
Japanese hornets are very aggressive, and they're fearless.
One hornet alone is more than capable of dispatching 40 individual bees by all its lonesome. Each colony of Japanese hornets contains up to 700 members. Each colony of Japanese hornets contains up to 700 members.
Each colony of Japanese hornets contains up to 700 members.
And they feed on honeybee larvae to a significant amount.
Yeah, that's right. These things eat bees. The other thing that could sting you. They eat it for breakfast.
A man clutching his stomach in pain. Another man standing nearby, in a dark, outdoor setting.
A middle-aged African-American male person in a red protective suit on a ladder, removing a hornet's nest from a building.
A close-up of a Japanese giant hornet eating a honeybee larva.
Number 7.
Deer.
Okay, seriously, follow me on this one, please.
You wouldn't think it, but deer are actually pretty dangerous creatures.
Oh, what's that? You don't believe me?
Well, guess what?
The yearly worldwide average of deer-related fatalities is at least 300 people.
But how come these normally docile and adorable creatures be the cause of so many deaths?
Well, deer have horns.
And you might think that this would be the main cause of human fatalities.
But no, that's very wrong.
Yes, admittedly, there have been recorded cases of fatal deer horn impalement.
But that's very rare and far in between.
He shot and thought it was already dead, only in October of this year.
With that said, the vast majority of deer-related fatalities happen when deer cross the road. Usually at dusk or at dawn.
Couple that with a sleepy driver, then we have a definite recipe for disaster.
In the US alone, over 150 cases are reported each year of people running over deer on the highway,
with very tragic results.
Number 6.
Elephants. Okay, yeah, this one makes a bit more sense.
Again, much like deer, elephants would be the last animals you would think to be dangerous to humans. Because generally they're viewed as big, dopey little animals.
When you think of an elephant, you probably think of them as kind, gigantic, intelligent, majestic creatures who never forget.
Well, the thing is, because they're so large and so smart, they pose more of a danger to us than you would think.
Elephants will attack if they are injured, or if they feel threatened, or heck, if they just feel like it.
That one scene from Dumbo where Dumbo's mother protects him from those kids is really inaccurate.
It should be a lot more bloodshed and body parts. And because they're so big, if they do decide to attack, most of the time the results will be fatal.
Most of these incidents are caused by elephant bulls who were cast out of the herd, making them all sorts of crazy.
Or, by overprotective mothers with calves.
I guess that one's a little more understandable.
In one instance, a 44-year-old man working as an elephant keeper was attacked by a cow elephant when he tripped over a foot chain while the animal was being medically treated. This poor man fell down and was consequently repeatedly attacked with elephant tusks. Multiple defects of the mesentery, an incompletely laceration of the abdominal aorta with massive bleeding into the abdominal cavity. In addition to these penetrating injuries, the man sustained multiple rib fractures with contusion of both lungs and laceration of the right lobe of the liver, as well as comminuted fractures of the pelvic arch and left femoral body. For those of us not familiar with medical terms, that just means a whole lot of bad right there. Number 5. Hippos. The hippo is considered by many as one of the most dangerous animals in the world. And the locals in Africa claim that hippos kill more people than crocodiles, lions, elephants, and cheetahs combined. They are the third largest land mammal on Earth, after the elephant and the rhinoceros.
Their close relatives are whales, from which they diverged about 55 million years ago.
They're semi-aquatic, inhabiting rivers, lakes, and mangrove swamps.
They also spend the day submerged in river mud and can come out at dusk to graze on grass.
They eat over 100 pounds of vegetation a day. Oh, and they can easily kill a crocodile. I didn't expect that part.